Dudes to Dads is a podcast to help men understand and navigate the transition of being a single dude into a family man. How do we make sense of it all? Well, we probably won't be able to, but let's go ahead and have some fun trying. And we are back. I'm Jason Kreidman.
I'm Alan Bush.
And this is Dudes to Dads. Alan, how the heck are you?
I'm doing well. I've been working out a little bit more.
Nice.
Yeah, trying to get back in shape.
I can see it busting through your shirt.
Yeah, well, that's just because it's old. No, actually, it's a brand new shirt. But no, everything's good. Yeah, just trying to stay
Working
fit.
hard?
Working hard. A lot going on.
Nice.
The company, there's a lot happening in the internet marketing sphere.
Oh, nice.
But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about...
No, but we could segue into a whole other episode about internet marketing. We're both ready to do it.
Yeah, totally. We're both prepared for it, for sure.
Not that I want to talk about it, but, you know. But we've got other exciting things to talk about. So our last episode, it was funny. We were talking about, to help our kids be independent.
Yes. Separation anxiety.
Separation anxiety. You're correct. So thank you. And we were talking about, at the end, sort of like helping them be more dependent and, kind of doing things for themselves. And I mentioned a couple of things. And I had mentioned, hey, maybe I'll do an episode about that. And wham.
There you go.
That's what this episode is. Right I love when I'm inspired.
Yeah. Then it creates another whole other
absolutely.
Spin-off.
So this episode 123 is called 13 Things to Stop Doing for Your Kids Now.
Okay.
I might have a little bit of rantish talk during this.
That's so unlikely.
Because I know there are some things here that sort of really rub the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't get so emotionally charged about it.
Okay.
But sometimes it's just frustrating to see.
Yeah.
Here's the part, though. I have to say this with a caveat, is when people are doing these things, their intentions are good.
Sure.
So that's the part that's frustrating, is because their intentions are really good. They love their children. They're trying to help them. But the reality is they are not. Yeah. They are not helping their child. They're not helping their child become independent, improving their self-esteem and their self-acceptance and all of those things.
Right.
So, I mean, this is proven stuff. This is not like, I'm not a psychologist, but I play one on the radio.
Yeah, sure.
And so, these are things that have been proven, and experts will agree that this is good for children. So, once again, 13 things to stop doing for your kids now. And these are somewhat age appropriate, meaning we'll talk about it and maybe the age that it applies to. But what you're going to be surprised at is that the majority of these things are acceptable way earlier than we do.
Right.
In other words, the child is capable of doing these things.
Yeah.
On their own, way before we give them credit for.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we've mentioned some things that were like that.
Yes, we had age-appropriate responsibilities.
For sure. And on these things, you can give them tasks that you think they're not quite age-appropriate, but they totally are.
Absolutely.
Like you said, I'll let you get into it. But
Yeah,
I already know a couple of them.
You'll get fired up too.
Yeah.
So number one, getting them dressed. Stop getting them dressed. Now, by age 3 or 4, they should be dressing themselves.
I agree. Yeah, for sure.
So when the child is 6 years old and you're still helping him put on his shirt,
right,
you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. And that's still happening. I mean, you see it all the time on playgrounds and school and everything else. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop doing it. Number 2, getting them undressed. Okay.
Okay.
So they kind of start doing this and are able to do it for themselves between 13 and 24 months.
Wow.
Okay? So they can actually and it's funny because they'll start a lot of kids will just start taking their clothes off all the time.
They'll start undressing first. I've noticed that the kids just like to be nude sometimes.
Totally.
So just like, I don't want this on anymore.
No, absolutely.
They just leave it on the ground.
Like once they learn to take off their shoes, forget it.
Then it's like all no holds barred.
But if your child is like 4 years old, they can take off their stuff themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I understand if there's a button down or
they need
whatever.
help or
yes, and they
something,
say, hey, I need your help.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you know, you see parents like take off their this, put on their jacket, but like they can do it themselves. Let them do it themselves.
Yeah.
They're totally capable of it.
Sure.
Now, parents will give the excuse, well, it takes too long. So give yourself a little bit of extra time.
Yeah.
Now,
Pushing it.
in the extreme circumstance that you are in a crazy rush or something, okay. But probably you're the one at fault that you're late, and so it's not your child's fault.
Yeah, right. Don't punish a child.
So you got to check yourself. Yeah. Right. Number 3. Oh, this was a good one. I see this all the time at school. Carrying their backpack.
Yeah.
Now, if they are old enough to have a backpack, they need to carry it themselves.
Unless there's lead weights in it, give it to
Now,
them.
in fact, this isn't even on the list, but I'm going to say luggage as well,
Oh, okay.
if it's a child's luggage.
Yeah.
You know, it's different if, I'm not going to.
Bag is bigger than him.
Yeah. No, that's not going to work.
Carry daddy's bag for me. Thanks.
But if they're in school, they're in kindergarten, they should be wearing their backpack and carrying their backpack. Now, if there's so much stuff in the backpack,
they're all weighed down.
there's a problem anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then, okay, you can hold one of the books or something out within the backpack, but still make them carry their backpack. It's their stuff.
Yeah.
Same with their lunch.
Sure.
Same, whatever. They need to carry their own stuff.
And it builds their little muscles. You know?
I see parents all the time carrying their kids' stuff.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. You know, well, I mean, it's like there's an area where you can pick up your kid and people walk up the hill.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time the parents are holding their stuff. I just disagree with it. It's my personal opinion.
Yeah, this is a side segue. Maybe it's on your list. I don't know yet. But I see kids that shouldn't be in strollers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I was
have
like,
that on there.
I was like, can't that kid walk? I'm not saying he should be walking up, tremendous amounts of hills and stuff like that. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure, like, if you're like 1 or 2, you're kind of stumbling around. That's fine. If you're at the age you can still be carried, I get it.
Your child's a teenager.
But
Put him down.
Put him out of that carton, whatever that thing is. But like, I see him like kids that are probably like either too big, maybe, or they're like 4 or 5, and I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah, there are some occasions I think where the baby is actually just bigger and they look older.
It's like a pituitary gland disorder or something. Like, I get that,
And he's eating potato chips.
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, he's just big. Yeah. He's just big for his age.
Yeah. He's lighting his own cigarettes.
We're going to get calls and emails on this one.
Yeah, seriously.
So just stop carrying the backpack, please.
Yeah.
Just stop. Tying their shoes. Okay. So usually by kindergarten, which is about 5 years old, they should know how to do this. Okay. Stop tying their shoes because you're in a hurry. Just stop. Give yourself the extra time.
Right.
Let them do it. So I absolutely have seen first grade, which is my daughter is in, and parents tying their kids' shoes. Now, I get it. There are occasions, like my daughter the other day, her shoes, her laces are in a knot or something. Okay, I'm helping you take it out.
Yeah.
But after that, I said, here, you get to tie your shoe.
Yeah, right.
And she even, in fact, it's funny because she came to me yesterday and said, hey, can you tie, or it was this morning. Oh, I can't even remember and said, hey, can you help me tie my shoes? And I said, you're absolutely capable of doing that. I think you can do it. And she's like, well, there's a knot, but okay. I said, okay, I'll untie the knot. And then I gave her back her shoe. And she did it.
Yeah.
And her first response was, no, I can't do it. No, you can. I've seen you do it 300 times. You just don't want to,
Right.
But you can do it. And I give her the encouragement, saying, hey, no, I know you can do it. I've seen you do it.
I believe in you.
You got it. Yeah. I believe you can fly. So number 5, throw their trash away.
Right.
Okay. If they are old enough to walk, they're old enough to throw it in the trash.
Yep.
Unless the trash is really high up or something. But, but
even then, you can make a game out of like jump shot.
No, absolutely. They need to throw their own trash away. It's not like, oh, is your trash there? Oh, let me get it for you.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. No, they need to throw their own trash away. This number 6, feeding themselves. I kid you not. I have seen in restaurants. I don't even know how old.
Yeah.
Parents actually feeding their child.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand in some instances where a knife can be of assistance.
Sure, yeah.
Because you're still teaching them to cut, whatever. And I can see that. We've given our kids silverware, and yet they're trying, and maybe it's a little difficult or something, or I don't want to hear the grinding of the things against each other.
Yeah.
But usually they can use utensils by 18 months.
Wow.
By age 4, they should be able to hold it just like an adult. So, maybe chopsticks are a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, depending on how you grew up.
Right. But they should be able to feed themselves and hold everything and do it just perfectly fine. So, they shouldn't be able to, you don't have to help with that. Number 7, getting themselves breakfast. Stop making them breakfast.
Yeah.
Depends.
Well,
they're not making sunny side up eggs and bacon, but
yeah, exactly. Not gourmet meals here.
Right. By age 4.5, they should, they can usually do it.
Yeah.
But you just need to make some things maybe a little bit more child friendly, which I recall, like making the cereal easy to, pour.
Yeah.
You might have a couple, experiences with spilled milk. That can happen.
Don't cry over it.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. But it could be heavy. I mean, like if you have a gallon or something, it can be heavy, but teaching them how to do it.
I always picture kids with a big giant gallon and just spilling the hell out of it. And it happens. I know it's probably happened with you as well.
Right.
But
it does. But they learn constantly. They pour too much milk.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of cereal and the whole thing of milk.
Right.
But yeah, you just got to roll with that and teach them how to do it.
So what about out of curiosity, like oatmeal, where it's cereal, but you have a heating component to it?
That's somebody's individual. Well, like oatmeal in the microwave.
Yeah, you can do the microwave.
But then they need to be careful of grabbing it. And they usually only make that mistake once.
Yeah.
Learn
by fire.
No, they're totally capable of hitting the buttons on the microwave and making their own stuff. Now, sometimes it's too tall or it's too high, so they have to get a stool.
I get that.
And I will say it's a lot of sometimes the bowls or cups or things that are used for younger children because you don't want it to break are not always microwavable.
Right.
So that's something else to consider. So you have to teach them, hey, guess what? That plastic bowl does not go in the microwave.
This tinfoil does not go in the microwave.
Things are going to blow up. So there's a couple other things to consider with that. But I mean...
But with simple things like cereal bowl or whatever, that's...
Yeah, and I recall, for my kids, they want to do that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, let me do it. They want to do it themselves. If anything, it's the parent that's like, whoa.
Yeah.
No.
That's going to be a mess later.
Yeah. So you just got to be, careful. But they're definitely more capable at a younger age than we give them credit for.
For sure.
Let's see. Number 8, brushing teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So around 3 or 4, they can do it themselves. But it's as early as 16 months, even with their help. And they're going to lose teeth, so they don't.
Yeah, they get the baby teeth thing going
on. But what I will say is, even when they're 3 or 4, 5 and 6, periodically do a spot check and watch them do it.
Yeah.
To make sure that they're back on track. Because you'll see it and they might not be doing it correctly.
All.
Yeah, we've seen that with showering too. It's they knew how to do it, and then all of a sudden it becomes a little lax, and you're you didn't even wash your hair. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. And so things like that can happen.
Not even damp.
Yeah. The part in your hair did not change when you got in the shower. There's a couple little nuances that you can tell.
Yeah. Dad has a keen eye for these things.
Yeah, he's a genius. and they always say that. They're like, well, how did you know? He's like, I just know. I know everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They start getting scared. I'm like, I saw that you ate candy the other day too. They're like, whoa, how did you know?
Yeah.
Well, because I saw 10 wrappers in the garbage.
Right.
I know everything.
Detective skills.
I have video cameras all throughout the house.
Exactly. Surveillance kid.
Number 9, and there's going to be a couple that kind of go along with this, cleaning up their toys.
Mm-hmm.
So if they use them, they should be able to clean them up.
Yep.
And that's at any age of teaching them, kind of the put one away before you take another out.
Mm.
That's an ongoing process.
Sure.
As much as we thought we were teaching it, it still kind of happens.
Sure.
But I think adults have that problem too.
Yes, absolutely.
36 toys later, they're like, oh, maybe we should clean this up because we can't get anywhere or we can't find anything.
Right.
So that's an important one. Cleaning up your toys. It's not my job. It's theirs.
Right.
Another one, number 10, cleaning up their dishes. Same thing with the trash. If they're old enough to walk and carry a dish, as long as it's not breakable, that's why we give them the plastic ones.
Plasticware.
They can, at a minimum, carry the dish over to the sink.
Yeah.
They might not be tall enough to wash it. They might not be able to handle can't reach stuff, whatever. But I will tell you, in the same vein as the other thing of cooking, my children wanted to do it. Especially my daughter was like, "Hey, I'll do the dishes." Like, they want to help. They want to do the stuff, and it also makes them feel like they're more mature and they're more independent.
And they're contributing.
Yeah, they like to do it.
Yeah.
Number 11, cleaning their rooms. So toys, dishes. I mean, it's,
Yeah, and kind of a good distinction there because their toys could be all over the place. Yes. You know what I mean? So their room is a whole separate entity, and it's like that's their private lair, so to speak. But that being said, they should be able to clean that up.
Yeah, so there's some arguments about that where, the children have their private space. And I think we've mentioned this before, where everybody has their own sense of cleanliness.
Right.
And usually it's the parents are much, more strict about it, if you will. Mm-hmm. And yet, so there's different ways of handling that. Like for some, it's like, as long as I have a clear path through,
as long as it's not a fire hazard.
As long as it's not a fire hazard. Or if your clothes aren't in the hamper, they're not getting cleaned.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Or as long as I'm not able to, because like a clear path means I don't want to be stepping on toys.
Right.
So I have to be able to get to the bed or get, whatever. But I think that's also that's a parent's issue. Whether they need that really clean or not. And they kind of have to look at that because, kids just aren't as clean in general.
Sure.
Some are taught really well, how to clean and how to do it, but that's obviously because their parents are very concerned about cleaning.
Yeah. I wish honestly I grew up a little more, because I'm still a bit of a slob, if to put it mildly. Yeah. But that being said, I think, I was given a lot of freedoms as a kid, which is in some level really great. Yeah. But on other levels, I probably could have had more discipline when it came to that part. Like, hey, you need to clean this up. I know it's your room, right, but you need to have it at least.
Yeah, I think mine was sort of in the middle. Or every once in a while we had a person that would come and vacuum and clean some stuff. And so it wasn't, so we always had to get ready for them. And so I had to clean. I'm like, why is it this person's coming to clean the house and I'm cleaning for them? I don't get it.
Yeah. What are we paying them for?
Yeah. And so they can clean it. So it was something where, it just, I remember having to make my bed a lot.
Yeah.
But I remember, though, my parents weren't ridiculously strict about it.
Right. Yeah.
But I have a feeling, like looking back, it was like my mom cleaned everything. I just remember, but I remember having to fold my own laundry, and she taught, we were taught a lot of the stuff to do at an early age.
Early on, yeah.
We had to do it ourselves.
Sure.
It's not like they weren't capable of it.
Yeah.
But she wasn't expecting us to not do it.
Right.
So that's an important one. So cleaning up your rooms. And so another one, stop making separate meals for each child for the children versus the adults.
Catering to their taste buds type of thing.
You or your wife is not a short order cook. Stop.
Right.
You can make decisions that, for the whole family that might be more kid friendly. If you're making extravagant dishes, maybe their taste buds don't care for it.
Yeah.
But who wouldn't want to eat like yogurt, cereal, and crackers every meal? Right. A kid's going to turn it down if they know there's an alternative. Like, I'd rather have chips. Well, then I'll just have chips for dinner. Like,
right.
And so, if they know that they don't have an alternative, and they're not given a tremendous amount of snacks beforehand, guess what? They'll eat it.
Yeah.
Most cases. I can't say that there's palates and allergies and all kinds of other. We've gone over that stuff too.
Sure.
But in general, if they don't eat for 12 hours, you better believe they're going to be hungry at dinner. Yeah. That meatloaf is yummy, Mom.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
the chopped liver. Can't wait. I haven't eaten in 3 days. Just saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're saying. Got it.
And then the last one, this one is doing their homework for them. Stop doing their homework.
Yeah.
First of all, they shouldn't even have homework. But
I know, we got into that before.
If they do have homework, you can answer their questions, provide support for them, but do not do it.
Yeah.
Do not do their homework for them. You're not doing them any favors. And if they don't do it, it's their fault.
You're right. Yeah. Parents get in that habit of trying to fix everything, and including doing things for them. And you have to guide them in the right direction, but don't necessarily do it.
No. Yeah. And if they get the answer wrong.
Yeah.
that's up to you. Like, they have to get 100%. They're going to see an eraser and then the correct answer. Like, the teacher knows.
Yeah.
Just be mindful of that. Like let them grow. Let them, you can, like I said, if they have a question, you can help answer that or like lead them to it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Just lead them to it. Just point in the right direction.
Just don't do it for them. Or like a science project or like all that stuff where you're like, the kids will have something where it's like they have to make something.
Yeah.
And you see these elaborate, like professional stuff come in and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. Where my kids will have like the eyeballs falling off and we're like, they did it. Like, that's the reality. And the teacher doesn't care.
Yeah, right.
The teacher's just glad they did it.
Yeah, as long as you did something.
Oh, you're in first grade and you have to have a perfect paper mache, fish. Like, great. Oh, God, get me going. Anyways, if anybody else has any tips, Alan, what shall they do?
They can email us podcast@dudesadads.com, or they can hit us up on Twitter at dudesadads, at podcast, I want to say, at dudesadads, and also at Facebook, dudesadads.com. Go to Dad University, YouTube, and go to iTunes and Stitcher, and please leave good reviews or not so good reviews, but I would prefer good ones.
Why would anyone leave a not so good review?
I'm just giving you the options.
Don't tell them that.
Well, I'm giving you the options here. You're adults. Make up your
just
own
like
minds.
kids, you're supposed to tell them what to do, not what not to do.
Good point.
Yeah.
Leave those reviews or I'll come to your house. Leave those reviews, and that really helps perpetuate the show, so please do that.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Anything else?
We're good.
Got through that without getting too emotional.
Yeah, you didn't go as ranty as I thought you were going to.
I know. That's because it's late.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't have my energy
You
drink.
held it inside very well.
Yeah, I should have had more energy drink. Anyways, with that, Alan, thank you as always, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.